talking about knowledge of the future in movies and television from the past. And in this video we're going to talk about Star Trek, classic series, 1960s episode, The Empath. So this episode, Star Trek The Empath, is 1968. Original series, season 3, episode 12. And this episode is a real strange trip. If you're looking at it from a clairvoyance standpoint, you're trying to decipher information about future events, but you gotta be knowledgeable about the subject matter. I'm not entirely familiar to a large degree with a lot of the stuff that's going on here, but there's enough stuff that I can recognize so that I can piece together some things. Almost near the beginning, you're able to establish what they're talking about. Okay, and I'll put this up here. This is a big giveaway. This and one of the guest appearances by the co-stars here. Kirk gets knocked out. He's on the floor. He's disappeared somehow. He's transported, and he leaves this print on the ground, the floor. There's dust on the floor, and this right away will tell you what this is going to talk about. So I'll put this image up here. Pause and think about this. This is a big giveaway, and if you already know about this episode, think about the other actors involved. What they're talking about in this episode, they're talking about a relationship between James Bond and Superman. Alright, and you can see the reference to James Bond here in this image. There's a powder on the ground. Think, Gold Bond, medicated powder or something like that. So here's some proof. It's Christopher Reeve on the set of Octopussy, James Bond, in 1982 with Roger Moore. And one of the aliens in this episode resembles actor David Warner. And this goes into another James Bond and Superman link, and that is via the film Somewhere in Time. Okay, so you got Somewhere in Time, and then you got Time After Time. Alright, and this was the film with Mary Steenburgen. Okay, so just keep these things in mind. So Somewhere in Time starred Live and Let Die James Bond actress Jane Seymour. She was in that with Christopher Reeve, who was Superman in the 1970s and 80s, 1980 film. So this episode is reminiscent of The Cage, the episode with Captain Christopher Pike. In the late 1990s, director Tim Burton planned to do a Superman film with the actor Nicolas Cage. And there's a link to actress Winona Ryder, who we'll talk about her a little bit later, who's also linked to Keanu Reeves. So just keep this in mind. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, they beam down to this outpost or some type of station. Some kind of vacancy has occurred here. The crew of the station, they're been disappeared somehow. The away team from the Enterprise beams down. They check this stuff out. They find a tape showing some of the events that transpired, and then soon thereafter they are also disappeared, transported to some zone, some dark area